Hey guys, this right here is the LG OLED 65W7 series Wallpaper TV. This is something straight out of science fiction. Razor thin, super slim bezels, and a crystal sharp OLED panel. This is as premium as it gets, folks, featuring HDR Dolby Vision and a soundbar that blasts full Dolby Atmos. This is a piece of tech I've waited a very long time to get my hands on. The picture quality is absolutely stunning. Coming from an entry-level 4K Hisense myself in 2015, this is clearly more than just reaching 4K pixels. The colors are full, vibrant, and immersive without feeling overly saturated. The blacks are deep, a feature signature not only of OLED panels but also of the HDR Dolby Vision. Seeing is believing how incredible this picture is, so much so that I found it distracting how beautiful the picture was while watching Thanos kick the Avengers' ass. While gaming, the blacks would get so deep that I would sometimes mistake the television set for being turned off during loading screens, only to press the home button on my Xbox and realize the television was still on. In terms of gaming, the Xbox One S and One X are perfect companions to the set, as they both feature a 4K Blu-ray player that was surprisingly omitted from the PS4 and PS4 Pro. You can still get those online for about $100. Those used to gaming on high-end gaming monitors, such as myself, with the Acer Predator 144Hz refresh with G-Sync, will be for an unpleasant gaming experience on this Wallpaper TV at first. Now this is because the standard settings on the LG TV use a combination of HDR and very slight motion blur that makes movies look fantastic, but while gaming, makes you want to hurl. Motion blur and enormous panel made me feel woozy playing Call of Duty, but by simply switching the picture to gaming mode, made the picture significantly better. Usually on cheaper screens, you can play with the different picture modes. On here on the LG, I find it's more important to change them, set the HDR from low to high, gaming or theater modes. They come into play more important on a panel of this quality. LG removed all the internals of the TV and placed them in the soundbar. Now this is where you find all your I/O. Proprietary cable comes down from the panel and plugs straight in. Most setups will probably use the extension cable that comes out of the box. And if you really want to blow your friends and family away, you can try and find a way to place your cable in the wall. I've read that this is against fire code and not recommended unless you really want to hire someone. Chances are, the thinness, you will already be a showstopper, whatever you decide to do with the cable. Now this TV, it has to be mounted. No ifs, ands, or ors about it. I've personally found it super convenient to have all the I/O on the soundbar, as I can easily just place it on the floor and plug in my HDMIs, place the entire soundbar on a shelf and TV stand feet away from the panel. It's been so convenient versus the traditional cumbersomeness of pulling out a TV, flashlight, phone light in hand, and clamoring to plug in my 5 or 6 HDMI cables, if there are even that many. It sounds like a petty complaint against the traditional I/O inputs, but if you're someone like me, who always has HDMI cords to either extend my computer rig, a Chromecast, having an Apple TV, or a Fire Stick, and always plugging in and out my Xbox, you'll know how cumbersome it can be moving your $1,000 feet TV on your TV stand a few feet to find that last HDMI port. Trust me, you won't mind, and you'll even welcome them placing all the ISOs and the HDMI ports in the soundbar. Now enough about picture quality and sound, as I know that those have been LG's forte for years, and this OLED display can be found in other LG series panels. The true innovation is the thinness. You have to see it to believe it. It's called a Wallpaper TV for a reason. Paper thin. Thinner than a DVD case. A TV remote. An iPad. It might not an iPhone 10. Even an iPhone 10 without case. This is millimeters thick, thinner than a ballpoint pen. And for all its thinness, it still feels hefty and pretty sturdy. LG went too far, from could they to should they, but I still think they hit it out of the park. Lifting the panel myself, the weight is very evenly distributed, and the panel won't crack under normal handling and pressure. It's highly recommended you bring 2 people as you don't want to risk cracking or dropping it. I've taken the liberty of placing the television on my desk when I first open it up, as you can see here, and honestly I could just leave it on my desk, propped against the wall with cord coming down, and the TV won't slip. But for those by the book, we installed it. The television is held up by a metal bracket that you pre-screw into the wall, and the TV hangs on 2 very thin screws, and then, to flatly place the TV directly against the wall, it uses magnets. Now bring a level and a stud finder, as even the slightest misalignment can and will show. The process was much harder than it looks, as the directions were only pictures, and finding the 2 screws to hang the TV on took a lot longer than expected, even with LG's guiding stickers. LG will ship you the TV with last mile delivery and installation services, but in my case, his delivery company refused to install the TV, mainly because they've never seen anything like it. This isn't your parents' standard VESA mounts, folks. This is the future. All in all, this is the full package, rounded out by not 1, but 2 remotes. LG includes a small streamlined remote, perfect for Netflix and switching inputs to live cable and general direction. For those who want the full experience on their remote, have a larger one with a number pad, mic, scroll wheel, and what's called Magic Mouse that can guide an arrow on the screen to choose your selections. The TV runs on WebOS, that great and buttery smooth OS that launched originally with the HP touchpad almost 8 years ago. Honestly, it's a pleasant surprise to see WebOS back in action, and I'm glad it found a home in LG's smart TVs. A gentle reminder of simpler times. LG has a comprehensive enough app store with YouTube, Netflix, and even Spotify to install. Hopefully you can find your TV service subscriptions provider in the LG store before plugging in your Chromecast, Apple TV, or Fire Stick. One problem I found with the OS is that native apps, such as the OLED wall gallery that makes the TV a rotating piece of art, have perfect audio balance while playing music. Playing movies on the Xbox One X Blu-ray player also has volume blasting perfectly and loud. However, in the native Netflix apps, movies and shows are oddly quiet, even at max volume. I don't know if this is a Netflix or WebOS issue. I suspect if I ran Netflix off the Xbox and played it on the LG TV, I wouldn't have a problem. Keep this in mind before you have a movie night, but I suspect you won't be blasting at full volume all the time. My favorite app is the OLED art gallery. I've been fooled by the image of a frame so many times. I do wish the pictures wouldn't rotate so fast, but clearly want to avoid the cardinal flaw in OLED's burn-in. Speaking of which, LG's wallpaper on standby will turn the display into a small fireworks bouncing from the corners of the screen. It's nice to know that the other millions of pixels are off. As much as I want to play 4K Fire all day on Netflix or games for hours, I want to avoid at all cost OLED burn-ins of fire logs or the HUD of PUBG, Fortnite, Call of Duty anytime soon. One really shouldn't be playing that long anyways, just my 2 cents. Now speaking of cost, when this first came out at CES 2017, this was the highlight of the show. The TV retailed for $15,000. Yeah, for real. The 77-inch version was astronomically more expensive. And unlike your favorite YouTube tech reviewers, I did not receive this panel for free. As of late 2018, when this comes out, you'll find the television set for about $6,000 to $8,000, maybe even less, simply by the law of electronic depreciation. So there is hope for us who want the future, but don't want to break the bank. Now my advice for those who don't want to spend a bucky arm, look for retail returns that are still under manufacturer warranty. Then you can get this panel for a steal. Good things come to those who wait, which is why I'm writing this review a year after the product came out. Oh, and did I mention that LG already released the LG OLED W8 series Wallpaper TV, the sequel. All in all, this has been a great experience reviewing this Wallpaper TV. The pictures are absolutely stunning, and the thinness is just insane. The full soundbar is just great for a simple setup plug-and-play experience with the option for all your audio files to expand with the I/O. The only problem with this TV is that you'll love it so much, you'll wish you had two. One to actually watch your endless Marvel movie marathons in the bedroom, and the other to show off in your living room as the life of the party. What would you do if you had an entire wall lined with LG's Wallpaper TVs? Let me know your ideas in the comments below. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the future.